Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Hi everyone, how are you today? Hopefully we are far away from COVID-19. My name is Muhamad Aizat bin Norzaman, metric number 193287. Currently, I am student of Bachelor Science of Forestry, Forest Management. Now, I will share with you all about virus. Actually, about virus as a plant pathogen. Do you know about virus? What virus is, how virus develop and grows, and what class the virus? Did you know first virus discovered was in 1890s. In 1892, Dmitry Ivanovsky demonstrated that a plant disease can be transmitted by plant sap and concludes that there is a poison in the sap. While in 1898, tobacco mosaic virus by Martinus Bingenrick and Friedrich Loeffler and Paul Frost discovered food and mouth disease virus. After that, in 1901, Walter Reed discovers the cause of yellow fever. Yellow fever is the first human virus described. And the rest of history of virus you can see in my illustration in this video. And now we go to the definition of the virus. What virus mean? Based on the Oxford English Dictionary, defines a virus as an effective agent that typically consists of a nucleic acid molecule in a protein coat, is too small to be seen by light microscopy, and is able to multiply only within the living cells of a host. Based on Marilyn Jr. 2016, a virus is an infectious agent that is not a cell that consists of genetic material in the form of a nucleic acid molecule, DNA, or its cousin, RNA, usually in a protein coat, and is capable of directing its own reproduction and spread by co-opting the machinery inside the host cell in invaders. I hope you all now know a little bit about what a virus is. Now we move to the structure of the virus. This is a main structure. Capsid surround the center of the virion. Nucleocapsid, combination of the nucleic acid and the capsid. Membrane envelope surrounds the nucleocapsid. Protein spikes have viruses attach themselves to the host cell. Now we learn about classification about the virus. Viruses are not classified as a member of the kingdoms. They do not obey the biological taxonomy like a plant or animal. The virus generally classified based on first, classical system, second, genomic, third, serology. There are 7 classes of virus in David Moore classification scheme. Developed by David Baltimore, is a virus classification system that groups viruses into families depending on their type of genome. And there is an example of each class of virus. Next, we move to replication process. Viral replication is the formation of biological viruses during the infection process in the target host cells. Viruses must first get into the cell before viral replication can occur. Through the generation of abundant copies of its genome and packaging these copies, the virus continues infecting new hosts. In addition to their genome type, viruses also vary by the way the genome is organized. It may be divided into a number of segments, and this may be circular or linear. For example, all known viruses are with double-stranded DNA have a single genome segment, but this can be linear or circular. Most of the single-stranded DNA viruses have circular genomes that are divided into 2 to 8 segments, but some, like the parvoviruses, have one linear segment. With the exception of the retroviruses, Many of the RNA virus groups can have divided genomes. In many cases, one RNA segment encodes one protein. Some single segment RNA viruses make one large polyprotein that is cleaved into active subunits after it is made. Some RNA viruses make smaller messenger RNAs from their genomic RNAs so they can express more than one protein from a single genomic segment. Example of replication of virus class 7. The class 7 viruses are called pararetroviruses. Like retroviruses, they use reverse transcriptase, but they package their genome as DNA. This is transcribed into messenger RNAs by the host cell's machinery and also into an RNA progenome. It is this progenome that gets converted by reverse transcriptase back to DNA. Unlike the retroviruses, these viruses do not need to integrate into the host genome, although some do. Most of these viruses are found in plants, although one hepatitis B virus is a human virus, and there are related hepatitis viruses in the other mammals. Transmission. Viruses use a wide variety of methods to get from one host to the next. There are two main types of transmission: horizontal, meaning from one host individual to another, and vertical, meaning from the parent to offspring. Most well-studied viruses are transmitted horizontally, or both vertically and horizontally. There is an example of viral transmission on plant by an insect, and this is a horizontal transmission. Lifestyle of virus. Viruses have an intimate relationship with their host. They are completely dependent on cells for every phase of their life cycle. Most viruses are probably commensal, meaning that they obtain what they need from their host without causing any harm. Some viruses have a mutualist relationship with their host, providing benefit their host cannot live without, while also benefiting from the host. A stable relationship between a host and a virus is one in which the virus is able to use the host cells while causing a little harm to the host as possible. Causing disease is as unwelcome for the virus as the host. A virus might not be able to replicate as well in a sick host and a healthy one, especially if sick hosts are less likely to mingle with other potential hosts. Killing a host before it can spread more viruses is obviously bad news for the virus as well as the host. Serious disease or death is a sign of a host-virus relationship still in the turbulent throes of youth, before host and virus have had a chance to adapt to each other, and some viruses jump between hosts rather a lot. Next, we go to the immunity. All cellular life has some type of immune system that can prevent infection by viruses or promote recovery after infection. There are essentially two types of immunity: innate and acquired. This is a differentiate of innate and acquired. Now, the final subtopic is the differentiate between tobacco mosaic virus and coronavirus COVID-19. You can see a differentiate between two viruses. That's all from me about virus. Thank you very much because give the time to listening what I'm sharing.